This is Brunch, Blaze, and Babble,
where we eat, elevate, and talk about
media trends from the past,
the present,
and the future
from a Black perspective.
I'm your host, Roger Turner.
And I'm your host, Alexis Bertrand.
So sit back,
spark up,
and let's get into it. Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Roger, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am all right. You know, spring is it's still crispy. It's not crispy. It's crisp air outside. Like it's still giving puffer jacket, but you know, I'm here for spring. I'm here for it.
I'm feeling like we living in the last days and spring don't exist and all the seasons is running together. Global warming.
Okay, you would know we ain't talking about no global warming. The whole world is going to hell.
Yeah.
Okay, you ever see that meme where
we might be going to World War III tonight? I don't know.
Tonight, there's 19 wars happening. You ever seen that meme where the person is smiling, like the lady smiling, and the whole house is just burning, and she's like, everything is fine.
Everything's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. No, it ain't good.
It's fine. How was your brunch?
My brunch was good for living in these last evil days. I had an omelet. I was like, I don't know. Because it was spring. I was like, you know what? I wanted a nice, simple egg and Swiss cheese and a mushroom omelet and a nice little light salad. I was into that. I was like, oh, I don't know. I was feeling a little, I was feeling myself a little upper class. My credit was great.
Your credit is great.
But you know, I was eating like my credit was like,
I can pay for things.
I can pay for things. How was your brunch, fool?
Opulence.
Exactly.
My brunch was great until I got my feelings hurt.
What? Why? No, who hurt your feelings?
Oh, girl. So I went to this cute little coffee shop, not far from the studio. I believe it's called Coffee Land. And I had me a nice little fruit and cheese box.
Come on, fruit and cheese box.
A nice little fruit and cheese box with they have a really great cold brew. I needed to pick me up.
Okay.
And so I have my sweatshirt on. I have my Claire Huxtable sweatshirt on.
Yes, Phyllis Rashad, we love you.
And I walked up to the counter, and the young lady at the counter says, "Who's on your sweatshirt?"
Wait.
And I said, "Felicia Rashad." And she goes, "And what's she famous for?" I said, Oh, I'm that old, huh?
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
I said,
I am hurting.
She was a sitcom actress. She was like one of America's great sitcom moms. She was on a show called The Cosby Show. She said, "The Cosby Show?" And I said, no, sweetie, The Cosby Show. She said, "Oh, let me see." And she went to Google, and I was like,
no, Google. God,
I'm that old. I'm explaining The Cosby Show. Oh, Lord.
You explaining Claire Huxtable.
I said, "Oh, Lord, I'm explaining Claire Huxtable to the baby." Oh,
to the babies.
I said, "Get me out of here.
Get thee to a nunnery. That is from hell."
I said, "Oh, no.
Claire Huxtable.
Oh, no." And she said,
God.
She said, "The Cosby Show." Oh, so COSB. Oh, I see it.
You have to spell it. Oh, God.
She said, I found it. Oh, okay. I'm going to check it out.
Oh, my God.
I said, "Oh, my God."
She went and told her friends, "This old man and told me about this old ass show." This is, oh, my God.
I said, "Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
How old have I gotten? I'm explaining The Cosby Show."
She had to Google Claire Huxtable. She don't know
she didn't know
Vanessa's Big Fun or nothing.
None of it.
Oh my God. What is happening in this world?
When Miss Mama said, "Oh, I see it. I found it.
I found it."
Oh, man.
That hurts. That cuts deep.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how high are you?
I'm like, "Hey, girl, you know I'm up there." I'm talking already.
Girl, I had to go get me some extra because after that, I was like, I need to pick me up.
You needed a whole pick me up.
She took my feelings out. I was like, so I'm at it like 8.5.
Oh, shit, this is gonna be a good one. I am so sorry you went through that. That is traumatic.
That was traumatic. So Brunches, I think we're gonna do something different today.
Check this one out. So let me ask you a question, Roger.
Yes.
You want to tell the people what we're talking about today?
Yes, I would. I'm gonna be telling the people what we're gonna talk about today. So this episode was inspired by an old article I saw from Hollywood Reporter entitled "No More Quotes. We can't find any Black female writers. Here are 62 scribes in one photo." So it was a spread that Hollywood Reporter had done on a group of Black women writers in Hollywood that have a monthly, I believe monthly or bi-monthly meeting called Black Women Who Brunch.
Love the title. Love it. I'm here
It
for
started
it.
with Lena Waithe and a few other writers. The members are up to like 80 members. They're all professional Black television or film writers. And so they had it came from like successful Black women like Lena Waithe and I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong, and Nkechi Okora Carroll. So she was executive story editor for Bones and was able to get Lena Waithe a reference for her first big writing credit.
Oh,
and
she
so,
got her for that. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
Wow.
her and Lena Waithe started realizing as they got up into the ranks, along with another senior Black editor, Erica L. Johnson for BET's Mary Jane, realized
that was a big hit.
Yeah, they
for BET.
realized that amongst them, they couldn't point anybody to mid-level writers that were Black women.
Got you. Oh, wow. That's
So they after a WGA conference, they started bringing together
Black women writers.
Black women writers. And every time I see a horrible like thing or movie or something that's not great, I'm just like, so we couldn't find a Black woman to write this? I say that how many times on the show have I said, if a Black woman had written this,
yes,
this would have been so much better. So I wanted to think about, I was like, hey, Alexis, let's think about some of the movies that we went into the box office excited about, or something that was a flop and just like disappointed us. And like, I think we're smart enough to like, what happened if we had power and we could change these things and reproduce these movies and like change out the actors or change out the writers or change out directors. So this episode is entitled Hot Reproduction.
Hot Reproduction. I know that's right. I thought this was such a creative take on thinking about what is actually missing, right? And what we know what is missing. It is missing the voices, particularly of Black women writers, directors, creatives in this space, because some of these stories are great, and some of our stories are great too. So anyway, before I go any further, I think it's time that we pull back the curtain. So y'all, I get to do the pull back the curtain because anytime either one of us pitches an idea about an episode, we really allow ourselves the freedom to kind of just take the themes, the major things of it, and just kind of do our own research and figure out what we want to say. And so for me, with this one, and I was excited about, I said, okay, well, there were some movies that were bad, and I said, you know what? Okay, let's go to the bad ones. And so I got thinking about what movies would be considered flops. Right, I wanted to start there. So in my research, I came upon an article from Variety that outlined 6 key factors of what would make a movie a flop. Now, of course, if I ain't like it, I ain't like it, or you know, I might have my own particular taste about the casting. Right. But all of that aside, when there's these 6 key factors that would constitute a flop for a film. So I want to go through them, but first I want to ask you, Roger, do you have any ideas what you think any of those factors might be?
Well, we live in a world of capitalism, so I would say considered a flop would be it didn't make back its money.
Yes. So you pointed out the big one called the 2.5 times rule, meaning that whatever the budget was for the film, that it wouldn't be considered a flop if it made 2.5 times whatever the budget was, right? So if it was $1 million to make, it should make at least $2.5 million back, and it wouldn't be considered a flop.
I feel like that's a huge measure because, like, if you
Exactly.
made a profit, it's still a success if it makes a profit.
And so this is why, and I spiraled into this particular one, and this is where I think you ever see a movie that we liked, but oh
Yeah.
my God, this movie was great, and it never got a sequel, and then you find out why didn't it get a sequel, and they say because it wasn't a commercial success. It actually was a box office flop because it didn't make 2.5 times its whatever. But the movie will go on to streaming and have a cult following. Boop, 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 boop,
But
boop.
I will tell you, there are plenty of movies. You know what? I feel like only we are held to that standard because there are plenty of movies with a household A-list actor that's considered an excess. Did F1 make 2.5 times?
That part.
Because I don't think
it was ass.
He was out here. So, what is one of the other qualifications critically acclaimed?
Acclaim is not a part of. I mean, it could be word of mouth and bad reviews. Like yes, but nope. That wasn't not one of the key factors.
Not one of the key factors.
It's definitely a part of the
industry nominations. No award nominations.
That has nothing to do with not a key factor. It doesn't mean it doesn't play a part, but not a key factor. Okay, you want to do one more, or you want me to fill them in? All right. So one, the budget is too excessive.
The budget is too excessive.
The budget is so high that to make 2.5 times that would just be unrealistic.
Oh, but if it makes a profit, okay, all right.
But you see what I'm saying? Now but to your point, the goalpost changes. Oh, right. Even though it made, it made 200 million and it only cost, 75 million. Well, that's not 2.5 times. But it made a profit. It's like, but you ain't say that for our film. You said our film didn't make the 2.5 times rule.
Yet we letting James Cameron make
blue ass people, just fire and ash and water and ice and sugar and spice
over and over again.
Just Avatar. I feel like we're going through all the spices
because there's no way it made 2.5 times. I don't believe.
It's gonna get Avatar, Sazon, and Sofrito. Like I was like, what other spices you got left? Like, goddamn. Okay, so that's the budget.
Sofrito, shut up.
I'm just tired of them. Okay. Obviously, the biggest one is poor. One of the bigger ones is poor audience reception. So it came out, the audience just did not receive it well. So I guess that could fall under the category of
audience
reviews.
Reception.
Yeah, probably does fall under like the review. So I think you were right with that one. Like the reviews of it, they just received poor reviews. The other one, weak marketing. It just wasn't a lot of play, which we've seen have happened with a lot of our films. The marketing wasn't as strong. Just to your point, Avatar shit was everywhere, right? But with Sinners,
we did our own marketing.
That part, okay. So
Instagram, like, go see the movie,
right? And we even did. Homie had to essentially enlist his friends to help with the campaign for his Oscar run. Like anyway. Okay, so the other one is, I thought this one was really cool. Poor timing.
Poor timing. What does that mean?
That can mean like, the movie is great. It's just when it came out, it was it didn't fit the season. It didn't fit the tone with what was happening in our world. Socially, we were just in a different place and space when this movie was slated to drop. It just didn't work with the timing. Sometimes there's when we have this cacophony of like a trend of horror movies and everybody's into it. And all of a sudden you want to do a Sleepers in Seattle. Like, girl, ain't nobody. Right. So poor timing. When a movie is released can really F with you.
Or like terrorist movies that came out in 2001.
Exactly. And they had made everybody 5 of them.
Everybody was like, no, thank you.
We're not going to know.
Late 2001, 2002, we were like, we just watched The Towers Fall.
We're like, we just lived this. We just lived this. We're good, girl.
We don't want this.
Exactly. Or I think there was one big huge bad plane accident that happened, and then this disaster movie and a plane was about to come out and like nobody was like, we just watched all these people die. We're
Right.
not trying to like, so
Got
poor
it, got it, got
timing.
it, got it.
And then finally, connected to poor timing is competition, which
What
makes a
else
lot of
was in the
sense.
box office the same
And like,
weekend?
why would you? So even though I don't like Avatar movies, if I'm trying to put out a film, am I really trying to put out a film near that? Right? Even
Got
if
it.
my movie is different. So those, put all of those together, right? And then you have what you would consider a flop. And so
Oh,
from there, right? So that allows me to, so because some of the pieces or films that I picked, I don't know if I necessarily would change anything other than maybe timing and marketing and this, because some of the flop wasn't necessarily their fault. Now, I do got some doozies that I think are really, that do need a hot reproduction, but some of them we just need, these ideas we need to throw away because the budget would be too excessive, or I don't know if we're in the mood to receive that stuff. So anyway, that's what constitutes a flop, and that's what led me down my path of some of these films that I think could stand a hot reproduction.
okay. Can I add a seventh one?
Oh, if you didn't, I'd be like, are you okay? What's your seventh one?
So I think my seventh requirement would be I just didn't like it. I hated her. Because there's plenty of stuff that made lots of money, and I was like, I think this was trash.
Oh my God. I think we just talked about
I
two
think
of
there's
them.
gonna be some things that
I think you mentioned two of them.
there's at least one movie on my list you's gonna be mad at me about.
I'm gonna be mad at you about?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started, y'all.
Ooh,
So
you gonna be
what
mad.
film is up for a hot reproduction?
F1.
Oh God.
I think it's almost savable if we edit it down a little bit. Like
Edit the whole thing down.
Like these car races, they don't need to be this long. They don't need to be.
I was so much of the film. I was like,
They
how many times
didn't.
go
They
in
didn't need to
circle?
be this long. I mean, Damson Idris performed his behind off.
Yes,
he did the thing and showed up to work. I didn't need Brad Pitt. We could have put anybody else in this movie.
It just felt like a check for him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know.
It didn't feel like a check for me.
It's something to do.
It
felt play like money.
I feel like he really wanted a pat on the back. Like it felt like he really wanted an Oscar.
Did it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You thought?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
How else do you think it got nominated? He campaigned hard for this movie to get nominated.
He really thought that was oh God. He really thought that was going somewhere?
It got nominated for Best Picture.
Well, at least he got it nominated.
I feel like he wanted
that movie. So what is that? Because I want to throw the whole damn thing away, but you think that there's some redemption to this?
Yeah, it needed a fresh director. I don't have that director just yet. I would have to get back to you, but I would literally just cast Brad Pitt with any fucking body else. Anybody else? Anybody. Alan Richardson.
Bunches, I wish you could see this man's face. He is so mad right now.
Alan, like I'm not a fan of a lot of white men in Hollywood, but Alan Richardson, he plays Reacher. Yeah, put him in there.
That big old man.
Give me John Cena.
Damn. Actually, he's come a long way in
John
Peacemaker.
Cena is a great actor.
He's comes a long way in Peacemaker. I got to give him on that one. He
does comedy better than he does drama, but he's very good at like juxtaposing a simpleton against that large body. So like he does that performance really well. So I mean, and this is a very departure away from, I don't know, with that size, I don't know if we would like him in that.
You think that
it may be too big to be race car drivers, though?
I know you do have to be a little slender. So okay, I could take this. I just felt like, the problem is it felt very bro-y. It felt like it was trying to do this kind of fast-paced bro kind of,
absolutely.
That could have been, and I guess that's an audience. But
I think that could have been just easily solved by changing out director with any number of Black female directors and put them in there.
I
And
think it was missing. It was missing, like, you know how when they did like the Fast and the Furious. I know you don't watch them,
mm-mm.
but the thing I think that works is that they find the balance on how to take when I'm not in the big action racing of it all to still make the story feel like it's moving, like it's musical. Like there's a lot of sound, there's
There's
a
a
lot of
tempo
sight,
to it.
right? There's a tempo to it, and it just didn't ebb and flow. And you're right. And I think when I think about some of my favorite films, the black directors and the writers, they get that. They know how to pulse it to make it match. And it just didn't. It just felt like it was really by the numbers. I guess, since he campaigned hard, it made sense. But you're right. Anybody fly could have done that one. So I'm going to give you, I'm with you on that one.
All right. What you got?
Okay.
What's on your list?
I got interesting ones. So I'm going to do a flop, a more recent one that I think could be fixed. And I'm going to go with Captain America, Brave New World.
Ooh, fix it.
And I'm
fix
like,
it, Jesus.
fix
Take
it, Jesus. And here's my problem is that, one, even though the head writer, Julius Ona, was the writer for this film was black. And I think there was a core team of screenplay writers, and it was 5 of them, and 2 of them were black. And that is my biggest problem right there. Like, I understand we're writing a Marvel movie, and I'm sure, and I take nothing away from the other gentlemen on the team. It's just that they tried to take, in my opinion, Sam Wilson's character, black, right? Sam Wilson's black. He's Captain America. And I felt like they tried to Steve Rogers or Chris Evans-ify his character, where if you really read the books that are written about Sam Wilson's Captain America, he's very much in the about the people. And all of he works with a lot of different other black superheroes. So for me, this was a missed opportunity. One of them being Misty Knight, who we saw briefly in one of the Netflix shows. But she's a very prominent black woman, and they're literally lovers in the comic book, and they do a lot of these superhero capers together, and it keeps it grounded really in the black community because Sam is a social worker, right? So even though I get what they were trying to do, if you were going to make him the new Captain America, then let him tell his Captain America story, which is heavily black, Afrocentric. I mean, at least it's Americanized. He's still doing all of these hijinks, and I think they tried when they brought in your boy who plays his mentor. Oh my God, I forgot his name. He's a famous actor. He actually played one of the first superheroes on sitcom television, or not sitcom television, on television. It'll come to me.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Carl Lumbly.
Yeah,
there it is. Carl Lumbly. Yeah, like they did these homages, but I think they missed the mark because it felt like that same story could have been told by Steve Rogers. Like if you just took Steve Rogers out. So that's not, so you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
They tried to tell a Steve Rogers story with Sam Wilson.
And so they kept playing on that thing like they did in the television show. Like, we understand how hard it is for you to be a black American and carry the stars and stripes, but you then don't tell that story. It felt like that's the story you acknowledged it, but you could literally have Captain America Brave New World and make it Chris Evans, and it would have not missed the beat.
It felt like,
and that's how I know it wasn't black enough.
It felt like the lead writer was white and the 2 black people spent a lot of time fighting for things.
That's what the hell it felt like.
That's what the script felt like.
Yes.
And I would have appreciated if, you know what, y'all got a great writer director right there in the Marvel universe. Y'all could have kicked
at least a little producer check over to, like, let him be a consultant producer. Like, he would have said, like, this.
They could have kicked Ryan another check.
Look, he could have produced that.
Ryan, I'm a director and a writer. Or Ryan, you write it yourself. We'll give you time. We'll wait.
Particularly since they made it, they have these tie-ins. He has these tie-ins with Wakanda. It was so much missed in this film.
If they paid Ryan to do the Captain America movie, he would have had more money for Sinners.
That's true.
He would have had some more money.
It would have really.
He would have had some more money. Ryan would have wrote it right. And unpopular opinion,
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it.
Oh God, what you got?
Don't be mad at me, okay?
You are really taking your time. You are making me nervous. What the hell are you about to say to me?
I'm kind of tired of Anthony Mackie. Like, can we? I would love to recast somebody else. Yeah,
You don't want him to be Captain America?
I feel like Anthony Mackie is a great, great television actor.
I wish I could see this face
I
right now.
don't think he can carry a movie.
Okay.
He didn't do.
So
I don't think he can carry a movie alone.
so this is why I'm saying he needed more black, he needed more seasoning in the pot with him.
Anthony Mackie is not strong enough an actor to carry a movie alone.
No, and that's what it made it seem like. And honestly,
he's a great ensemble actor. He'll give you all the things.
but that's the thing. But that's how they kind of played in the comics. Like his character, Sam, is really good, but he's great at listening. So he's letting all these other characters, Storm and Iron Man, they're talking around him, and then they look at him, Cap, what do you want to do? This is what I want to do. He's a literal social worker. So he doesn't really do a lot of time talking until it's time to give the speech. But my thing is, the reason why I like them in the show is because, to your point, the ensemble around him was really working, and it just let him build up his wings. And that's the thing, the reason why I say, like for Chris Evans, he had the opportunity to work his way up to there. If you look at the first movie, right? People are like, okay, that was kind of dry, but the people around him, it worked enough. By the time we got to the sequel, right? You had Chadwick in there, you had Winter Soldier in there, you had Bucky in there, but Chris didn't need to work as hard because the ensemble was so great. But by the time we got to like later moments with Cap, he could carry it because you know what? They put the training wheels on him. So why the hell would you not build up a better Harrison Ford? Now look, I love Harrison Ford, but Harrison.
Well, no. Harrison Ford is a great actor. I just don't think Harrison. I don't think. I think one of two things happens. If you don't hold your own with a scene with Harrison, it just feels like Harrison Ford is melodramatic and the scene drops. Like I've seen Harrison Ford, like that man can hold the scene, but you got to show up.
He was showing angry, like Anthony was like, "Oh,
right, y'all got to show up."
Okay, you're right. Okay, all right.
Giancarlo Esposito, sir, what was you doing flipping around? You too old.
The chat. I was like, y'all done broke Juan Carlo. That's not my Juan Carlo.
I was like, if y'all don't hurt him, he's a national treasure.
I said, oh, that was actually fun to watch. But like, damn, I was like,
it was fun. I loved seeing him, but the whole time I was watching it like, please don't hurt him.
You bopping this, you let Patrick Stewart sit in the chair and you flipping this man over a damn car. We can't get no justice. You just got it. I mean, black people just be working hard.
So
what you got next? Goddamn. I wasn't that mad about that, but I'm gonna give you that one because
So wait, no, that wasn't just yours. Captain America
yes,
was yours. Okay, so so you may have never heard of this movie. I had a rough weekend. We couldn't find nothing to watch. So we just pulled something up.
What you pull up?
On Netflix.
That can get scary.
Now y'all know I don't be watching Kevin Hart like that. I don't.
Roger Turner.
My husband was like, it's not like we're paying for it. It's on Netflix. Let's just roll the dice. Let's see what happened.
Oh God. Which one was it?
So it's a new movie. I think it's a 2026 movie, I believe. Let me make sure I'm right about that. No, it's 2024. It's only 2 years old. Netflix movie is called Lift.
Lift. Okay. Yeah. Well, wait. Yeah, keep. What is it about? I actually don't know what it's about. He's the star?
Yes.
Like leading?
Yes.
Oh.
Woo.
Okay. How'd it go?
So it was well,
damn.
Kevin Hart did
it was that good.
It wasn't great. Like he had a great cast around him. Like
I'm seeing
Vincent D'Onofrio is in this.
Yes, John Reno in here.
Is in this. Sam Worthington. Like there were some good actors and some great performances from other actors, but it just the writing was really bad. The writing was really bad. So bad, I had to go look up who the writer was. And I was like, how was this man still able to write movie? Like
Oh
literally,
my God. Was this a F. Gary Gray film?
yes, F. Gary Gray directed the best he could out of this movie.
Why he do it? But he ain't
Because
really known for doing shitty scripts.
the action scenes were great. The action scenes were
Okay.
great. It was directed well. It's just Kevin Hart can't act. And Kevin Hart's role wasn't supposed to be funny. Like it's like a like tongue-in-cheek thing, but he was supposed to be like, so he is a heist thief. He runs a team that does big art heists and steals art pieces from people that don't deserve to have them.
Some
And
Robin Hood shit.
yeah, he's a very much a like trying to be a George Clooney Ocean's 11 like figure. It and like Gugu Mbatha Raw plays like an agent that they used to have a thing together, and she has to now hire him. The government has to hire him to steal something to keep a terrorist attack from happening.
This sounds stupid.
I
I
like,
ain't gonna hold you.
like the lead actress. I like Gugu. I like her, and I was like, "Girl, you needed a check because this script is so bad." I looked up who the writer was, and this man literally has 2 credits. He wrote a movie back in 2009 with John Cena called 12 Rounds.
I think I saw that.
And
oh God,
his next credit is 2024.
Cheese.
Lives.
Who do you know? I ain't okay. Let me.
And I was like,
let me shut up. Maybe he worked hard for it, Lord. Maybe he worked hard for it.
I don't see how, because his writing credits since 2009, nothing was good. Nothing was good. And I said, so white men will just fail up. They will just. So Kevin Hart just bought a script from a terrible screenplay writer and said, I'm gonna make a movie because he produced it. It's his production company. It's not great. He's not great in it. So here's the thing. This is how I fix it. This is how I would fix it.
Like, because I'm about to throw it out. We're about to put this one in the trash.
So
do you think it can be salvageable?
It could be salvageable. First, we got to rewrite it.
I'm waiting.
We got to rewrite it. And I would get Felishka Marve. She was a writer on 13 Reasons Why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Black woman. She's a great writer. And she has experience of like writing mystery and intrigue and like convoluted like movements in stories. So I would put her in there and have her rewrite this heist movie, because there wasn't a lot of like, will they, won't they for me in the story. It was like, so you needed this to happen for it to take a turn. Okay. I guess this is what you needed to do. And
this is what you needed to do.
And I did not believe Kevin Hart as this smooth operator. And you know what? And I want to say, so I know there will people that will be out there who's like, oh, so you can't believe a short king can have swag. That's not true. So, and in order to prove that, I was like, I would get somebody that is the same stature, maybe even shorter than Kevin Hart, that is dark skinned, Black actor, not as well known, that would do a hell of a better job. Have you seen the series Cross?
Yes.
So I would cast Johnny Ray Gill. Johnny Ray Gill
in Cross.
Huh?
I watch Cross for the plot, baby. For the plot. Plot is fine as hell.
So do you remember in the Cross series, there's a character that is like kind of a killer, but Bobby Trey. Remember the character Bobby Trey?
Bobby Trey?
Are you watching the new season?
I haven't started yet.
Okay, so I'm trying to get you to remember Bobby Trey from the first season. So he's the brother.
I know who he is.
You remember who he was? Okay, so Johnny Ray Gill played Bobby Trey. I would replace him as Kevin Hart's character in this movie.
Yeah,
because he's smooth. He's got swag. He's not a very tall man.
if he was trying to go pound for pound with the short. But like honestly, I see where it's coming from, but I think they were trying on something. Like it sounds like Kevin was trying on something, you know what I mean? And it's like it just didn't. It just
Kevin's
sounded like it
not
didn't land.
good enough of an actor to carry like a lead role as not like he does great in buddy comedies. Like him and The Rock can do movies all day long.
All day long.
They can go
Because,
ahead and do
well, you have somebody next to you who's lesser than. Anyway, that's messed up. Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can go ahead and do these movies all day long. People are going to go see him. Yeah, I just don't. He's just not. It was. I didn't believe him. I remember watching a whole movie going, well, at least we didn't pay a box office.
That should have been one of the factors. Bad acting. Like it's just a bad bad casting.
That's how I would fix that one. What's your next one?
Okay, so
I'm sorry I cut you off. What were you saying?
Good. I was just gonna say bad casting should be added to that.
Oh, absolutely.
That list because like because now that I'm thinking about it, now that you put Homeboy, Johnny Ray Gill, not Johnny Ray Gill. Yes, Johnny Ray Gill in that spot. I'm like, you know what? That movie could work a little better. Okay, I'm with you on that one. I'm gonna go to a throwback. Do you remember a movie called Meteor Man?
Ooh, you would redo that?
I would.
Oh my God.
Here's why. Here's why, because even though it has a very special place in my heart. So for those of you who know what Meteor Man is, it's this superhero movie, if you will, starring the incomparable Robert Townsend, who essentially is playing a school teacher who this meteor lands in his town. He touches it and he develops these powers. And it's goofy, it's really cute, and it's endearing, and I loved it. The problem is it's interesting that that movie came out, and it makes me think of the timing issue. It came out at a time where I think we weren't really ready to suspend our belief with superheroes, even though like and because this was still in the, at that point, it was just the Christopher Reeve of it all, or the Michael Keaton's Batman of it all. Like that's all we had there. We hadn't even come up on Spider-Man yet. So here comes Robert doing this, what I would say a fresh idea and creating this superhero character. Now, if I would redo this one, so it never got its audience, but with the Black community, I think we always loved it. And I always loved Meteor Man. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if it came out now that with all the superhero movies we've seen and all the stuff that we've seen, right? And imagine taking this comedy, making it serious, like a serious superhero film, and you have a writers like I think of for those familiar with N.K. Jemisin, she's a very prolific African American sci-fi writer. I read a bunch of her stuff. Like my students are into it. I'm hooked on her stuff. But you have a prolific sci-fi writer write this film about a meteor that comes to Earth and a school teacher touches it. And just imagine the universe you create. I mean, if you think about it, like Sinners, like I wish that wasn't a standalone film, because the universe that Ryan Coogler created for Sinners, I want to see more of it, right? I would want to see more of that world. And I think you could do that with Meteor Man, where you create this entire universe of your own character with this Black superhero. And I think they tried to do that a bit when they did what's that one Will Smith one? Was it Hitch? No,
Hitch was the other movie.
That was the Valentine's movie. But I forgot it. But when he was that superhero and him and Charlize Theron and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I felt like they tried to create.
Like it is Hutch. What? It's not Hutch. Now I gotta look it up.
Hutch. Did he do a movie called Hitch and a movie called Hutch? Damn, that's some.
Is it called Hutch? Hold on.
No, I just
Will Smith. I gotta see.
Hancock. Jesus Lord.
I gotta know what it's called.
It's called Hancock, boo.
Hancock.
Right.
It was an H.
It was
it was an H.
So I would do a modern day version of Meteor Man, and I would say take it in a twist and update it, make it serious, and give it a really great sci-fi twist. I think would be really interesting filmmaking. Because I love that film. And I'm like, this reproduced would be like a also a hot remake. So I don't know. I got interested in that one. I was like, because commercially it did not make a lot of money, which is why we didn't get a sequel. And I was let down because I really did like Meteor Man, but it didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if the audience was also ready.
I think there's an audience. Well, there's always been an audience for it, but I feel like there's movies out there that prove that Meteor Man could be a success.
Yes.
And there's a lot
of
Shazam.
Like when we got Shazam, that was kind of superhero, but funny and cool. But like funny, Meteor Man be perfect.
But Meteor Man, I think Meteor Man as a more serious film would be really interesting.
Right?
Like if you do like a Bel Air type.
Yes, like, exactly.
Like what Bel Air was for Fresh Prince. Like if you do that to Meteor Man, I would watch that. Just side note, that's one of my favorite villains of all time is Luther Vandross in that movie.
Right? Don't you live?
Luther Vandross was
a villain. And he was having the best time in that dumbass. Oh my God, great. Yes. All right. What you got?
Wicked for Good.
And you know what? I know we agree on this because I'm right there with you. You know what? It needs a hot makeover. I don't know if it needs a full-on pressing curl, but she need because there's a couple places, in particular I want to iron out. But go ahead. Why? What?
So
I don't know the answer to this.
So many people were reminded. It reminded me of why I didn't like the Broadway musical. The musical falls apart in the second act.
Oh yes, infamously so.
Yeah, like the story pretty much falls. It's a beautiful story in the opening, and then it falls apart in the second act. And I was like, so how they plan this? How they plan her not getting killed? What happened? I was like, oh, she's just coming out the floor. All right, well, she lives. All right. Like, there's no real explanation. And I feel like they didn't want to piss off fans by like actually writing it. But John, y'all should have got them together and wrote it. Like, y'all needed to freshen up that storyline. Like, there's a huge plot hole in it.
It was a missed moment to retcon some shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they could have, but you're right. It just
because Steven Schwartz was on the writing team.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
I mean,
there you go. There you go. Don't touch his baby like that.
And move it on out of the way. But I mean, they could have justified like, okay, not everybody's a fan of the musical. A lot of people are fans of the original movie, and let's do something for them.
But I'm not gonna hold you. I would have let that go.
I would not have let that go.
If there's something really what I'm about to say.
Even with this, yeah. Even with this, because she deserves better.
I would argue. I would argue that there were some plot holes in the first one, but I felt because the singing, the people were chirping in the part one.
Yeah, I didn't feel I felt like plot holes were filled by such great performances in the first movie.
That's what I'm saying. I would have let this go if they were great performances.
So my other things that we needed to do was let's stop pretending that Jeff Goldblum and
Michelle Yeoh
can sing. They can't sing.
You know what? Can I qualify that? They can sing. Hold on. But you next to Cynthia Erivo, sir. Like,
okay,
Roger,
right.
we sing. Okay, we sing. But we know they don't sing well enough. I sing. I got no goddamn business standing next to Cynthia Erivo thinking I'm about to sing like this.
Listen, Jonathan Bailey was scraping by.
Clawing. You hear me clawing.
Was doing his
singing
Sunday best.
He was singing so smart. It was intelligent singing.
He was doing his Sunday best to stay in the running. Okay.
And then it would be so kind not to forget that they were human beings. Oh, we're singing with other humans. Because both Ariana and Cynthia, they are not human. So why in the hell, Jeff Goldblum? What are you doing?
So
and I've been loving Michelle Yeoh since the 80s when she was kicking bitches off of moving trucks. Like, that's my homegirl, but ma'am.
So I would
you ever heard like J-Lo sing I Will Always Love You?
I'm gonna get to her.
Oh damn, J-Lo. She about to catch on.
Don't mention her too early. I'm gonna get to her.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get to Jenny from the Block in a minute.
Okay, wait. Okay, what's that? Lord Jesus.
I'm gonna get to
I
her
see
in a
your
minute.
face got got the evil.
Okay.
Okay, let me hold on then. Please finish your point.
So listen, I would have recasted Jeff Goldblum. So Coleman Domingo is a whole wasted in Wicked for Good too. Coleman Domingo
sitting on that award winning
is voicing the Cowardly Lion when for like 2 seconds when he could have sung circles around Jeff Goldblum as the Wiz.
It would have been perfect to cast him as the Wiz.
I
know Jeff is a bigger name, but like, stop it. And Coleman would have nailed that.
Yes, it would have explained why Cynthia's dark skin and her sister so light skin.
It was like,
I mean, but she was green. She wasn't dark skin. She was green. But anyway,
stop it.
But
it would have made more sense.
It would have made more sense.
That's why I would have said that would have been more forgivable.
That would have been more
forgivable. Coleman been in that role. Now, who would you recast?
Coleman Domingo. And all right, so 2 things. I got 2 options for Michelle Yeoh. So Sheryl Lee Ralph is right there. Like Sheryl Lee Ralph played her role, played Madame Morrible on Broadway. Sheryl Lee Ralph can sing. I too would be concerned that Sheryl Lee Ralph may not have been able to catch up or compete in that realm with them.
Absolutely.
So that's
we would have found her more endearing. We would have found her more endearing
and we would have found her more endearing. But I also understand that, like, I feel like John Chu was purposefully trying to make sure that the only dark-skinned person that was like the major cast in this movie was Cynthia's character for a reason. Like he's playing with the audience's unconscious bias in order to create this reverse perception of what a better understanding of who
I get
that. I get that, and that's a device. Yes. So here's an option. You wanted to cast an Asian woman in this role. Lea Salonga is out here in these streets still singing. Where Lea Salonga is out here, full actress, Broadway actress. Still years later, she's still singing on soundtracks.
I don't know why they cast those 2. I mean, they are amazing stars. I don't know why Michelle or Jeff was in this film. It just did not make sense.
Lea Salonga is right here. You could have put her right out here.
They took me out of that experience for real. I just felt like
I was in that movie theater so disappointed. Because I wanted to like it. You know how you in the movie theater and you want to like a movie?
You saw where we were at part 1. You saw what we stopped.
So I was like, we just not gonna do it. So
you know what? Recast.
I would recast and I would say, John Chu, you should have gotten there in the writer's room with them and fixed the plots in them holes. Them holes in them plots.
The holes.
Them plots in them holes.
Plots in them holes.
I'm high, y'all.
You are so high. Okay, can I give you one more creative one that I got?
Go for it.
Because I got like 2.
Go for it. Okay. I got 2 more.
So imagine, do you remember what's the give it to me. The movie with our girl SZA and Keke Palmer that you turned me on to, which is hilarious as fuck. I've watched it several times.
Just one of them days.
Just one of them days.
One of them days.
So, one of them days. So in the frame of that, I would hot reproduce Baps.
With them in the cast?
With them in the cast.
And let Sarita go ahead and write it.
Yes. Yes.
Let Sarita go ahead and write back.
I think that would like eat. Because I don't give a shit what anybody says. I will forever love Babs. I don't care. That. Like hard stop. And I love that. I think that was right after Halle did was that either after she won the Oscar or like she had just did Boomerang, but she had just did a big serious role. And then she turned around and did this.
She definitely did Baps before she got
but it was before Monsters Ball, right? Okay.
Before Monsters Ball.
But yeah, I'm like, imagine a hot reproduced, updated version of Baps. I think the audience is there. I think it could be a lot more fresh. I think it could be a lot. Like it's just as kooky and it's funny. And if y'all don't know Baps, just think of like I said, just one of them days, but back like in the 90s with all the big, door knocker earrings, like cascading
It was
perm
great.
curls. It was so great. It was so good.
It was
So
Black excellence.
it is so funny. And honestly, it's one of Halle Berry's, I think, best comedic performances she's ever
Hard
done.
agree. Hard agree.
And like she's funny. Like
Yeah.
and we know, and speaking of carrying a movie, like she will forever be an undeniable talent that can carry a film. And we know people who've tried it and they can't. So I would say a hot reproduced new version of Babs 2027, something like that. That'd be great.
Okay. I can see. All right. I'm down for that. I would see that. Okay, so I lied. I got 3 more.
What you got? Hit me with them.
So since you was talking about her, since you was talking about her,
I'll talk about it. Who?
let me tell you. No. Jenny from the Block.
Oh, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got.
Okay, so
which one? I mean,
let me tell you how I was so upset when I heard that J-Lo was going to be doing Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
I knew it. There's no hope for you right here, girl.
Because Tonatiuh, one of the stars of the movie, I believe he was also in the Broadway musical of Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
Oh,
they were very good. They were not he. I believe they them.
Okay.
But they were great in this movie. They were great in the movie and pretty much held the movie for me, which was so upsetting to me because there's no reason why Diego Luna and Jennifer Lopez are in this movie because they can't sing.
They can't do all of that.
And
you don't think I mean, do you give it an A for effort? Her A for effort vocally?
Have you heard Kiss of the Spider-Woman on Broadway?
I have. I just
so what do you think?
No A for effort. So there's participation trophy. Can we get a participation trophy?
If I'm paying a movie ticket, I'm not giving out participation trophies. Okay, I don't pay tickets to see good A for effort.
Blue stars. What the hell? I want a damn blue star.
If you want participation credit, then go direct to streaming. Don't make me leave my house.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
So I want to ask, but I feel like I already know what needs to be hot for reproduced. You know who do you think would be good? Because I have an idea who to be.
I got nobody. You know what? Not nobody. I got everybody. Anybody. There's plenty of folks out here that can sing.
Upturn Broom.
These girls, these Latino women are out here chirping out here in these streets.
You ain't wrong.
Okay.
I would even. What's her name? No, I don't like her no more. Okay. On a scale of no to Nicole Schlesinger.
Oh, Nicole can go home. Nicole Swizzle. Nicole Schweppes ginger ale. You know I don't like her.
I don't like her. Because she reminds me that because I saw her, what was it, Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
When they gave her that Tony, I was like, why?
How? You said why, I said how. How? That was hot.
For who? Did y'all not just see?
She fought her way vocally through that, performance. Like, is she okay?
Did y'all not see Michelle Williams come out here and chirp her little way across this Broadway stage?
Like it was nothing. Do you understand, Michelle? Okay. So, speaking of, it's interesting because I was like, ooh, maybe. And now I haven't seen Michelle carry a film, so that's the only reason why I didn't say Michelle Williams. But I was thinking Ariana DeBose from homie from West Side Story. I don't know if she played that kind of like role, but I mean vocally.
I would love to see Ariana DeBose in this role because Ariana wants to do action movies and she shouldn't. She should go back to singing in these musicals because you do a great job as
You
a
better give me, where's your 5, 6, 7, 8?
because Ariana was out here ruining action movies, and I'm like, why is she here? What she do? What she?
Even what Jennifer Hudson knows, if she gonna be in a movie,
She
we
better
know
have her.
she gonna be singing something. She better not be in no slow moving drama.
Wasn't she
Ain't
in
no
a Sex and the
music.
City movie?
And then she singing that.
Did she? I don't know.
She was humming something. You know, she was ad-libbing something shit.
I don't
I
know.
think she even sang her lines. Like,
Yeah.
come
So
on.
I don't know who we would replace Diego Luna with, but like those two need to be replaced with people that can actually sing.
Anybody? What's that one boy? Valamos. What's him? Enrique Iglesias.
Enrique Iglesias.
Is it not Enrique? That's the daddy. No, the son. Valamos.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Ain't you young enough?
Can he act?
If he can sing,
I mean, I'll take a Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin can act.
Okay, but Ricky, maybe I mean that vocal range is like I love me some Ricky Martin, but it's like A, B, and C note. You feel what I'm saying? He's an A, B, C note.
True. That vocal range is tight.
Okay. But I feel you though. That a nice hot recasting of that would make that super, super hot.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you got something else?
Okay, real quick. What do you think if they did? I think okay. I hate Tyler Perry.
Ooh. You know I'm gonna say just throw it all away.
Okay. I said content. I don't hate that man. I don't know that man.
I don't know that man.
And so what irks me is when he got a hold of some of my favorite products and decided to make films. So I need for Color Girls to be totally redone.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite stage. I met this story at the theater.
Yeah.
And it's hella compelling. And it's all the things. And I felt like I would love to see and you know me, I love me. When I tell you I love me some Janet Demeter Joe Jackson, I love her. And she has delivered one of my favorite lines that has still cracks me up to this day. Howsoever you doing the business.
Yeah. I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it, but I was like, you want to say it.
Okay. So you doing the business, girl. Okay. She had no business in that film. I would totally recast that. It makes me, this could be like our black, I hate to say it, but our Steel Magnolias, right? When you see one of them films that's got all the heavy hitters in it, you know there's about to be some serious ass acting. Ain't no way you're gonna have Sally Field and Olympia Dukakis and fucking Dolly Parton, all these famous Sally, what's that one lady? Shirley MacLaine. You got all these big ass heavy hitters in one film. That's what Color Girl should have been. You need to give me my Viola and Angela up in there. I need all the big wigs in there. Give me a Kerry Washington up in there. I need to see all our peoples up in there. Hell, I'll even give Tiana Taylor a chance. Like if you did an all-star cast of black women, Denai Guerrero, like come on. I feel like
it went back to Broadway in like 2022, and I thought Camille A. Brown did a great job with that.
Absolutely. Yep, you're absolutely right.
So I mean, Camille I don't know how Camille feels about, working in film, but I would invite Camille A. Brown to put her hand in the pot and like either do some choreography or do some assistant director, do something, but give her some input.
It just felt like, and I am not trying to knock that. I don't think that Tyler, let me just edit that by saying I don't think he did not try to do his earnest by this project. I felt like he really liked it, but he it ran through the Tyler Perry filter and it felt like a Tyler Perry production. And this is just not what I needed.
It's my same issue. I don't want to see Tyler Perry write another black woman or direct another black female character until he goes to therapy and deal with his issues with
his own trauma. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done this. No. This is not his. This wasn't.
I want that hot reproduced.
This wasn't his project to direct.
It wasn't his story to tell.
Right. Right there.
Okay. What you got?
Ooh, some of the last two. Both of them are superhero movies.
Oh,
I'm gonna just rip the Band-Aid off.
go for it.
Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever.
You better tread lightly. Cause
Listen, I love Ryan.
what?
Great direction,
What?
great writing,
I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna hold my mule. I'm gonna
great
hold my mule like
cast.
Shirley told me. Okay. What was the problem? What needs to be redone?
I don't like Letitia Wright in this movie. I have never enjoyed her in this role. And then when I found out she was going to be the new Black Panther, I was like, so of course we're recasting. But we did it. And it just didn't work for me. I did not enjoy her.
It's the dramatic pause with it that just I love you, Roger.
I mean, I tried.
Okay.
I went to the box office. I went to go see it. I paid my
You know
ticket.
what? I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna get that. You're right. You're right. It was a damn near impossible task to ask with surrounding what had happened with the passing of Chadwick. I understand that. Here's why I know that the recasting is coming, and I'm glad they didn't do it first. They didn't do it
Right.
first. I love the fact that they cemented his, like, you honored his passing by not immediately recasting him.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And you allowed him to exist in this entire movie, which I think is a thing to say, like, as if the whole world is grieving. They're going to grieve this guy. They're not going to do, they blew him up and then that's it. It's not like they're not going to do what they did with Princess Leia in Star Wars. They CGI'd her because she died, and then that was it. And it's like, damn, this woman has been a part of this story for all these years. You have to make them feel it. My point is, like, they cemented his legacy, like, no, this character and the person, right, are both being honored here. And now in the comics, and this is why I'm like, I'm with you though, because it would have been shitty to recast her, even though she needed to be recasted. There's a moment in the comics where something similar happens, and the sister does take over the mantle for a very brief period of time. She is now gone on to be her own superhero character. Shuri is her own person, her own entity, and it's excellent. Yes. So I appreciate Ryan's willingness to center, the Black woman in this film. Like, it's historic. The film is historic for many reasons, and one of them being it's the first one starring a Black woman.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I hope. I mean, we could have erased all of this if we had just recast her in the first movie. I would have been okay if she wasn't in the first movie.
But the thing is, I think I hate to say this,
I wouldn't have missed her.
Honest, but
I
that's
think
the
it still
thing.
would have been
She
a
was
good
meant
movie.
to play that level. Her character was meant to develop that way. I obviously know they didn't think that this was going to happen to Chadwick. And I think if Chad would have been with us and they played the second one, she still would have played that small kind of role. That's literally what I think they were trying to develop her. But
well, I wish I had been able to go back in past and say, hey, Ryan, just in case we need this character to actually be Black Panther, you sure you want her over here? You sure?
I hear you, but you
sure?
know what?
Because I'm gonna let you know I'm from the future, and you gonna need her.
That's true, and we don't like her ways, do we?
I feel like something happened with, like, COVID. She was like a vaccine denier or something.
Wasn't it? Okay,
Something like that. It was something weird.
I'm with you though. I'm with you. I take that one.
Right,
my last one, and
Your
this
last
is
one.
me thinking about you because I got into this like, I want to hot reproduce. What about if we did an updated version, a hot reproduced version of School Days?
I mean, but School Days is flawless. I don't want.
But here's my take on it. Here's my thing, because I
It's
recently went
literally
back.
my favorite Spike Lee movie.
It
But
is, it is timeless, timeless, timeless. It's not even iconic. It's timeless above iconic, like it's above legendary. My thing is, I recently went back and watched this, and I know this hits in a different place for you. But when I went back and rewatched it, it's the lack. It's all black. It's all beauty. It's all culture. It's giving, and there's the missing element of queerness that I can't.
oh yeah, and it's highly
So,
homophobic.
and I'm like, and it is, and I'm like, and
Yeah.
that is like, I wonder if this was to be written, if Spike were to go back and rewrite this or rethink this, because he's always wanting to tell the most authentic stories possible. And I understand at the time he really was trying to capture what I think he understood to be a very large understanding of Black Greek life. But we know that that is not all.
Yeah, and
So I would
I
love
feel
to
like
see if
that
the
is not
story would
all, but
change
the that
or
at this,
shift.
I also believe, like, you know, especially I believe that the homophobia exists, ha- definitely exists in Black Greek letter organizations.
But yet we do
I
have
would
people who
like to
are.
see,
But
now that you're
I would
talking
love to
about it,
see that tension.
I would like to see it remade, but I would like to see Spike's character actually played by a queer person and make his character actually queer, and then
Ooh.
have to deal with that homophobia
That's what I'm
and,
saying.
like,
Like,
work
yeah,
that
like,
out with his cousin
yeah.
that is like, "Hey, you're giving up a part of yourself, like,
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with
And I
you."
want, and I would want it to have like a Dream Girls budget. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right, and
yes, like let's
I would
go.
take, like, the whole, like, the whole thing with, like, Tisha Campbell's character, like, I would
Mhm.
play that scene differently, like, that would go down differently.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Like,
and, like, yeah, there's things you can do with that that actually delivers a message about the homophobia, about in the like, you can address that homophobia within the
mhm.
Black community with that movie. There's things that could have been done. So, yeah, and I don't know if Spike would is equipped to write that, so I feel like Spike
No,
would have
like
to
I
bring
mean, would he?
somebody
That's what I
in.
mean. Would he be open to maybe bringing in the team to like, hey, if as a Black woman, I might have made that choice, but that might not have been my response to that choice or whatever. Like I I watch this and I love this so much, and I wonder, like, as we're getting ready to experience, a little bit of a different world coming back, it's coming with this fresh perspective of something that is really culturally iconic, but making it really relevant in 2026. I would love to see School Days in a 2026 lens, knowing what we know now, seeing what we now see. And to your point, even if I don't know if Spike is equipped to, but I do believe that Spike tries to tell the most authentic story. So
I
even if he
believe he
decided he didn't want any other, let's say no, he didn't want anybody else to write it, I wonder if he would challenge himself to say, would you still tell the same story the same way in 2026?
I think he did a great job with letting other people get in the writer's room for She's Gotta Have It, the Netflix
Oh,
series.
that's true. That's right.
So,
That's right. That's
I
right.
think if we brought in the right director, like, I would bring in, Terrell Alvin McCreaney. He wrote the
Mm.
original screenplay, the original, stage play that, Moonlight is pulled from,
Okay.
and he also directed the series David Makes Man. Well, I believe he created the series David
It
Makes
makes
Man.
man. Oh wow. Okay.
So I would have Terrell Alvin McCreaney, like, he does, stage work. I don't think he has a problem with helping adjust musicals. Like, the music is already there. He
Yeah,
doesn't have to write any new songs.
that's a good point.
He could definitely fix that story. He could definitely write that.
Yeah.
So I would,
Good
yeah, I
choice.
would. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
And then
interesting.
we get a nice little fresh, okay, all right, you got me thinking
Hey, I
about
told
this.
you really got me into this one. I was like, this is
You
so
got me thinking about
interesting.
this. You was in the kitchen cooking,
I was,
honey.
I had so
You
much
put your
fun with
foot
this
in that.
topic. Oh, thank you for putting that little more. See, I done knew you was gonna, because I know you love School Days like I do.
All
So
right.
anyway,
All
you
right.
got one more for us. What you got?
One more. My last one.
Because I still love you after Wakanda
I'm
Forever. Because you make a
the
lot of
fact that I'm about to put this on a recording so y'all can't steal my idea, because I'm about to give y'all the blueprint. Okay.
okay.
All right.
What you got?
Wonder Woman 1984. Listen. We needed a Wonder Woman sequel. It did well in the box office.
It sure
But
did.
what y'all didn't know is that Gal Gadot's not that great of an actress.
No, they know
That's
now.
one.
Now.
She's also a terrible person, but she's she's not that great of an actress. And like, it was cool in the first movie because she was like doing fish out of water movie, which is, you know, kind of how I feel she is in real life. So it wasn't hard for her. But you got me over here in 1984, making me feel like this woman has lived decades or she's lived hundreds of years and she don't know how, like, I don't believe that she's a well-adjusted woman in the modern day. Like, it doesn't.
Right, she's working
like,
at a.
It feels put on. It feels. I was like, every time she was like trying to help, when she was helping Kristen Wiig's character out, and I was like, girl, I don't believe you.
Because Kristen Wiig, I believe she can act.
So she's the least of the. So Gal Gadot, yes, like she's a problem, but I would still cast her in the beginning of this movie.
Okay.
Now, how I would fix it is we need to throw this whole Wonder Woman 1984 thing out the window. That script, we need to put that in the trash
on ice.
That need to get on out of here. Okay. And we needed to write a whole new movie that involves a storyline with Nubia.
Drop the mic.
I would bring in Nia DaCosta.
Oh, come on.
I bring in Nia DaCosta, writer, director, and have her come in here and give her some Wonder Woman comics and give her some Nubia lore. Okay. For those of you that don't know who Nubia is, in the comic books, Nubia is Diana, Wonder Woman's twin sister. Who
made from the same sand on the beach.
Who is Diana's only Amazonian rival. Her only equal in battle. So what I would do is I would do a storyline where, at some point, Nubia was stolen as a child and does not remember her mother or her sister. Okay. I would put Nubia in a stolen situation. They're apart. She is chasing a baddie. Like she's on a mission and ends up in America, and her and Diana end up crossing paths. Diana, in the whole mess, something happens to Hippolyta. Diana gotta go home. Nubia takes over the movie. Nubia is now the new Wonder Woman. There's a scuffle. The doorway to doom is broken open in Themyscira. Somehow Nubia has to chase whatever got out. In the process of it getting out, Hippolyta is killed. Nubia gets her memory back. Diana has to make a decision. Does she go after the baddie or does she return home to respect her mother? Her and Nubia have this, a longing, missing something. The one thing I hated about this movie, this woman has lived hundreds of years and she has not moved on from Steve Trevor. Girl. Steve is the one that teaches her to fly. Get the fuck out of my face.
It's like Chris a man Pines helped her. You lost me right there. A man had to help Wonder Woman be better.
Chris Pines is fine. He ain't that fine. He's kind of basic to me.
The problem is they never gave that love story long enough to flourish for us to even give a fuck about it. It's like,
and she's lived too long for me to believe she has not gotten over this shit.
I mean, that's true. The problem is, it's like they try to make it seem like this is, Superman to Lois Lane. Like you like that's the love. But again, we never had no time for it to grow.
Not the same. And like, not for nothing, it's not the same Steve Trevor for her in the comic books.
No, it's not.
It's not the same one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I would have that longing of her having this lingering feeling of lingering memory of her sister, but not really knowing what that means, and they both having this lingering memory of missing each other. And when they're finally like a whole like the first time that like Steve and Bucky battle in Winter Soldier.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like that
Yes, that'll be great.
like that whole like missing memory but having a close connection, and then finally Nubia's, you know, has the brainwashing going away, she remembers, and she now takes over the movie. And I would cast Alexis Louder.
Come on, you are really cooking right now, boy.
I would cast Alexis Louder as Nubia. I would make the big bad like a Cersei.
Oh yes, from hell. Okay.
Yeah, I would make the big bag like a Cersei.
You are
And
cooking.
I really enjoyed Kristen Wiig, but I would
the focus should have been on her on because Cheetah is
should
her
have
biggest
been
rival.
on her, but I don't know if I want Kristen Wiig as Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh yes, and have
yeah,
somebody else play Cheetah.
Yeah.
No.
I want Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. I don't think I want Kristen Wiig as Cersei. Gotcha. Or I mean, but Kristen Wiig could play a funny evil Cersei.
She could, especially if she's pulling strings and long. Like she's a great storyteller.
Yeah,
I do want to say, like, I love how you cooked with this real quick because I think that could actually work. So currently in the comic book, Nubia is the queen of Themyscira.
Right, because she takes over.
Right, but I mean, she was, she's. And there's this. So I love that plot point. I love that through line. There, I love her being the queen of Themyscira because even in that story, she goes back home.
Technically, Diana is the spare. Technically, yes. Nubia is the older twin.
Yes. I love that. I love this twist. There's also, I want to shout out real quick. There's an author who lives, the artist lives in Brooklyn. An author by the name of
Artist.
No, I meant the author. I got you.
Oh, okay.
L.L. McKinney.
Okay.
Wrote this story of Nubia and placed her, and the artist Robin, because I invited her to do this book talk at our school. Robin Smith, the illustrator, lives in Brooklyn, and it's the story of Nubia called Nubia Real One, and it's that point that you.
Oh yeah. I've read this Nubia Real One. Yes,
so Bunch is right where she's adopted into. I think it's a same-sex couple that raised her. They know she's an Amazon, right? And she starts to figure this out. I think that's this is movie. This is movie magic.
That was the YA like version,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's very, very brilliant. Like, so I think there's I think to your point, like, I would bring in DaCosta and have her work her magic on this. I think that was great. And you know what? We still have yet to experience James Gunn's Wonder Woman. And so I'm hoping. And it's also Bunches might not know, but you might know, right? There's other tribes, Amazonian tribes. One of them is in South America, I believe, right? One of them is in Africa or some part of Africa. They're called the oh my God, I'm gonna get it. I want to get it right. The Bana Migdal, right? And I believe they're based out of, I want to say, part of the Caribbean. And then you have the Amazons in the rainforest,
in the
actual Amazonian rainforest. So I'm hoping that maybe James will play into this, so we see the very multicultural, blackness of these Amazons, because that was missing. And it's interesting because when we didn't see that in the first Wonder Woman, I was like, we don't see Nubia, we don't see. I think there was some black extras that were being Amazons, which I thought was cool. But I think and Nubia's so dope. She's such a dope Amazon.
Yeah, I would like a Marvel-esque version of Wonder Woman.
Bring Nubia up in there,
we could bring Nubia. We could bring some of the Wonder Girls. You can bring a Yara Flor in here.
Yes, Yara Flor. Let's go.
We could bring a couple of them from all over the place. Let's bring all of the Amazons from everywhere.
We need to make up for that. Letitia, right? Our black girls deserve something better than. Okay, all right. I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I feel like we owe it to like comic book fans. Like, I believe it's right. Like, Nubia is the first Black female superhero in DC Comics.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Nubia is the first Black woman. You know, I know
Right?
everything about Wonder Woman, girl.
Okay, okay. All the road is
You
waiting
know,
for
she's the,
you.
you know, they don't have the series on streaming no more
What is this world is just going to shit?
because
You ain't
when
got my Linda Carter on no streaming?
what no, because HBO Max,
Oh,
it
that's
used to be on Max because they had bought all the DC
right. That's
properties.
right.
And then they started trimming everything down. And now Wonder Woman, the original TV series, is not available on Max no more.
That theme song still slaps. And that is such a travesty. What are our kids gonna grow up with? You can't grow up with Wonder Woman?
And I was like, I used to like watch this like all the time. Like
Oh,
I used to, because I
good.
used to have the DVDs and I would just like
I still got the DVDs tucked in here somewhere.
I don't have the DVDs no more because I was like, ooh, streaming. I wish I
I
had.
know. I just like I'm not giving up my Wonder Woman box set. Y'all go to hell. I ain't got nothing to play them in, but whatever.
I messed up. I gave up my Wonder Woman box set and my Charm box set. But that Charm box set was the
it was cute.
I
It had
had the Book of Shadows
yes.
box set. Yeah.
That was cute. Okay.
I missed that. I should have had that.
Wilson, you look so sad. Oh, I'm so glad they can't see your face.
It's gone now.
Poor thing.
I think that's all we got for today.
I think this is all we got. This was such a fun idea, Roger. Thank you. I really enjoyed this one.
Brunchers, if you guys have any hot reproductions that you want to send to us, you can send us a text. You can click the link in the note section of this episode and send us a text. Regular texting fees apply. You can find us on Instagram. You could also send me an email at roger.t@brunchblazeandbabble.com.
Oh, or you can send me an email at alexis.b@brunchblazeandbabble.com. Just hit us up, boo.
That's Alexis with a U.
That's right. Just like the car. Stop giggling. We got too high right
now. So what do you want to tell the people?
I want to tell the people, go out and stay original. Ain't nothing wrong with a hot reproduction, but nothing beats the original, baby. So go out there and be you.
And I want you to know that you are enough just as you are. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much.